Hey guys, in this video, you don't want to do this.
Shopping for a home without doing these 4 things first. Do not tour a house until you know and start walking through these 4 things. Let's talk about it.
Hey guys, welcome to The Buzz, Coffee and Real Estate. Today we're going to be talking through the 4 things you need to know before touring a house.
Yes, do not go out and get frustrated touring homes before you've done these 4 things.
That's right.
Okay, it will break your heart. You won't be able to afford what you fall in love with, and you'll just end up giving up.
That's right. So I would say, like you were talking about, I think the first thing that we were saying was, why do you need to purchase a house?
Yes.
Or why do you need to move?
Yeah, I think that's huge. If you're frustrated in your current living position for something that can be changed,
Yep.
carpet, paint, flooring, maybe even a small room addition, upgrading a kitchen, all those sorts of things, maybe we need to talk through staying in your current house, connect you with some good contractors who can come in and do that work.
Yep.
Okay, I mean, we would love for people to buy and sell homes, right? But ultimately, as a consultant, we want to make sure that you're not trying to move out of a house for a reason that
doesn't make any sense.
Pretty easily fixable. I mean, it costs a lot of money to sell a house, pack up all your stuff, hire a moving company, make a move. So really good to say, is this a non-negotiable?
Yep.
We're talking area, school systems, just the size of the home. Maybe you've had a couple of extra kids since you moved in, and all of a sudden you just bust in at the seams. Yeah. And then things like, do I need to move for a particular neighborhood situation? Am I uncomfortable with my neighbors or something along those lines? So some of those things you can't control, those are legitimate reasons to make a move.
Oh, totally. Well, and then you've got, renting, going through a divorce, going through a separation. Maybe in some cases, your spouse has passed away, and so now it's time to move.
Right.
Or it's change of job or locations. I think the biggest thing is probably location is the main reason why most people move.
Yeah, typically it's location.
Or space.
So walking through that, we now kind of jump into what would be the next step. You probably need to connect in with some people who know what they're talking about, right?
That's right. Yeah, you definitely want to interview realtors and lenders for that matter. I would start with a realtor because they're going to kind of be your starting point. They're going to have connections with insurance companies, with lenders, with
contractors,
all the different things. So if you're looking at selling your house and then buying something else, or you're a first-time home buyer and you're trying to get out of your rental or something like that, if you need some guidance on the sell or the buy, then you can kind of get that information up front. And then as far as the interview process, asking the right questions is going to be key. So what type of person am I? Am I somebody who is very communication driven? I need constant communication and somebody who's on it, Johnny on the spot kind of person? Or am I somebody who's a little bit more laid back and, hey, I shoot you a text, you shoot me something in an hour or two, no big deal, that kind of thing. So where am I as far as the type of person I'm looking for? And asking those questions. The other piece of that is where do they work? What location do they work in? Do they work in Burlington? Do they work in Raleigh? Or do they kind of work a lot of different areas, but they have sold and purchased in those areas? And so I would say that's a big piece. What MLSs are they a part of so they can get you access into houses? What are they bringing to the table besides I can open the door?
Right. And, you're looking for not just I would say you're not looking for a salesperson, right? Somebody that you feel kind of uncomfortable with because they're kind of pushing you. What you're really looking for is a consultant, a guide, a teacher. So consultant, guide, and teacher, they're going to ask lots of good questions up front.
That's right.
They're going to create a game plan that quickly gets you moving through the process. And also it's just, hey, my gut, can I trust these folks?
That's right.
You're not looking for the one ditch on the side of the road of the newbie agent has no idea what they're doing. You're not looking for the ditch on the other side, which is they're doing so much business they can't give you good customer service. You can't get them on the phone. You can't get them on text. You mentioned about some of those mega teams where, you're technically working with the agent, but you're never actually working with the agent.
That's right. So that happens a lot where it's like I have the one person that they write the contract, they do the things, negotiate, but they don't show the house. Like their buyer's agent shows the house, which is fine in some circumstances, but
if the buyer agent is good.
That's right. If they're not a newbie and they don't know anything. But like, for instance, I have a client right now that they called me because they had an agent they had been working with, and the agent did not know anything about remodel. And so she called me and she's like, they came to a small group and they said, hey, we saw that you renovated your house. It looks like you kind of, did a lot of the work yourself and so forth. And so they asked me that question. They're like, we're looking for a fixer-upper. I want somebody who can guide me in that. So if I'm working with the minion that doesn't know anything, they're not going to be able to identify problems like that. And then you've got an agent wrote an offer for you, and then you go to inspection, and it's a big disaster.
Right.
So.
Absolutely. And then I will also speak a word of caution. Okay, we work with lots of people we know.
That's right.
Family members, close friends, all of that. A good chunk of our business comes through those avenues. However, be very careful before you start talking with, cousin or uncle or mother-in-law or whatever, because these are potentially people who they're not in the business regularly.
That's right.
They don't offer a high level of customer service. Maybe they're not in an innovative place where they know cutting-edge technology and they can work quickly. Yeah. These could be people who really are not particularly good at being a real estate agent.
Yeah.
Maybe they show one house a year.
That's right.
They don't really know what the market is doing, all these sorts of things. And so it really can stress a family relationship if you end up working with a family or close friend who don't know what they're talking about or who don't do what they say they're going to do. And so that just makes it worse. I mean, now all of a sudden you've got this personal relationship at risk. So be really careful if you do that. It's no problem. Again, we work with a lot of people, but it may be better with the largest financial purchase you're going to be making in your life, probably, to work with a professional, high-level customer service.
Well, and the other thing of that, with family, they're going to know all your information. How much money you make, what you do, how you do it, what kind of debt you have. I mean, there's going to be a lot of insight into your life that you may not want them to know.
Yeah.
And so that's another piece that I've had people say that, like, I just didn't want my uncle to open my business. So, that's just one piece. It's a side note. But I would say after that, the next thing really is once you've kind of interviewed the realtor, and I say interview because literally, like, have them show you a house and fill them out.
Yeah, do a working interview.
That's right. Like, I want to see you, meet you, not just have a phone call.
Right. Go out and take a look at homes for a day. And I know on our end, we are interviewing buyers.
That's right.
We don't work with every buyer. We want to make sure that our personality gels with theirs, our needs, our values, all of that are working together well.
Yeah, and then the other thing is that when you found the realtor can then now give you the lender.
Yes.
Let me connect you to the lender. That stair step is connection with lender. Maybe they give you 2 or 3 lenders.
Yep.
And that's kind of what we're supposed to do.
Yep.
Give you some choices.
Sure.
You may have a bank that you already are acquainted with. I would say go ahead and run that route. Then maybe check in. And you have kind of I think it's a week to 2 weeks mortgage like search time frame. You can do the same thing with cars. Where it shows up on your credit report, but it doesn't hurt your credit report. And so you could shop 2 or 3 mortgage lenders and check them out. Make sure that they kind of fit your need.
Yeah.
And then once you've got that, then you should have, this is my pre-approval, not pre-qualification. Pre-approval. Please do not use pre-qualifications because they can be disastrous and be another frustration.
Yes.
But make sure you're pre-approved. Make sure that somebody's seen it. Like, it's not just an auto-generated, went through the computer underwriting. Like, the actual lender has looked at your app and they've asked you some questions about your income and so forth. And that you've sent some of that income and stuff in so that they make sure there's no loopholes. But that's a whole nother video. Check it out in the link below because we've got a video on that.
We dive deep into that.
So get your pre-approval so that you know payment, escrow, how much it's going to cost you out the door within reason. There's some flex there, but make sure that you know I can afford this house and I'm comfortable with that payment.
Gotcha. So we've walked through, do I actually need to move? If so, why? We've walked through connecting in with some experts, some real estate agent, some lender, and we've gotten a pre-approval.
That's right.
So now really circling back around, and this is something your agent will help you with as well, crystallizing what exactly are your have-to-haves. I will not look at a house unless it has A, B, and C.
That's right.
Typically that's bedrooms.
Yeah, bathrooms. I would say city, county, bedroom, bathroom count, and
lot size.
And then, does it need to be a 1 level, 2 level? you know, those kind of
like
things.
Basic format of the
format of the home.
Yeah.
And what are the things that you have to have? Like, I'm handicapped, so I have to have a downstairs master.
Yep.
Or I'm getting older in age and I can't go up and down the stairs anymore. Like, those are pivotal, and those are also reasons why a lot of people are moving out of their house and into something else.
Absolutely.
So those are deal breakers, and that has to be the kind of phrase that I would use is, what is the deal breaker? If it does not have this, I'm not even interested in the house.
Right. Will not even go look at it.
That's right.
So then you spill over into your like-to-haves list. This is the, hey, what kind of flooring am I looking for? Hey, what kind of kitchen finishes am I looking for? Does it have a fenced backyard?
That's
you
right.
know, those types of things that are probably changeable down the road. You know, hey, this is not a have-to-have, but I sure would like this if I could find it in my budget.
That's right.
And have that list as well. Go through with your real estate agent and make sure that you're clear on those two lists, so that once you jump into your house search, once you go tour that home, you can very quickly say, okay, this has my like-to-haves. It's got 2 of my 4, or it's got all my have-to-haves. It's got 2 of my like-to-haves. You know, is it a big enough deal that I can get by without these other 2? You know, or maybe it doesn't even have all of my have-to-haves, so we need to keep shopping.
That's right.
But just making sure that you're really clear on those steps.
Yeah.
So just to recap one more time, we've got reason for moving. We've got interviewing your experts. We've got getting pre-approved, and we've got getting your have-to-haves and like-to-have lists. So
that's right.
Those are really the 4 things before you ever tour a house you need to make sure absolutely are in place. Otherwise, your house search is not going to be successful.
And you're definitely going to be frustrated.
Yes.
So thank you guys so much for watching this video. We're going to continue this series. There's going to be about, I think, 8 videos. There'll be 4 for buyers, 4 for sellers. And so we're kind of starting that series. So over the next 2 months, you'll see those.
Yep.
And then at the end of it, we're actually going to put a full, altogether, just a buyer's guide, seller's guide, kind of collaboration with some sneak peeks and different things in it. So thank you so much for watching this one. Check out the description below for any of the videos that we kind of made reference to in this one. And also share this with people that you know. If they're looking to buy or sell a home, please let them know, hey, here's some good information to be able to help them kind of guide them through that process. So we love you guys. We'll see you in the next one.
See you later.